What's up, future millionaires? It's your boy MTI, and is another crypto crash around the corner? Well, we're going to be talking about that in today's video. Now, one thing I want to talk about before we go into the substance of today's video, this video isn't to scare anyone, but this is to shed some light on some things that I will think will have an effect on the markets in 2023. Now, there are quite a few things that can affect the markets, and the two biggest things that I think will have an effect on the markets in kind of a negative way in the short term will be inflation in 2023 because it's still not under control, and also the new regulation that will be hitting crypto as well, along with the CBDCs that different countries is looking to put out in 2023 and also going into 2024. And so with that being said, I think those two big pieces will definitely have an effect on the markets. Now, is that going to take us to the bottom? I'm not sure, but I do think we will see an actual bottom in 2023 because, as I mentioned in Wednesday's video, when we talked about the potential trouble of Binance, I said I don't see a potential bull run until maybe late 2024 or 2025. And I also mentioned in that same video, I can see a major event happening sometime in Q1 that definitely shakes up the markets for the last and final time before things start to kind of stable out and then get ready to start recovering. Now, if it's not a major event, I can see a collective of events, which we already talked about too, inflation and regulation. But let's look at a couple other world things that can definitely have an effect on the markets right now. On this headline here, I'm not saying Bitcoin is gonna go to 5,000, but again, there are people that's saying it can go as low as 5,000, it can go to 10,000, but at the end of the day, nobody honestly knows. But a couple things I do want to highlight here. If you look right here, there are other possible upsets for the year ahead, include a fall in oil prices, the impeachment of the US President Joe Biden, and a collapse in the food prices, which is affecting the overall supply chain. And so if we move away from politics and the supply chain, you also have the downturn in tech stocks, which Bitcoin does follow somewhat of tech stocks as well, because if you think about it, blockchain is technology, and we know that tech makes up a lot of the stock market. And you can see NASDAQ 100 had a decline of roughly 25% across 2022. Now, 25% isn't a lot in crypto, but in the traditional markets, that's a big decline. And then the other thing here I want to talk about, it says, perhaps echoing the contraction in the digital asset sector, the next generation technology companies see a surge in bankruptcies in 2023. So meaning that we can see even more insolvencies, even more bankruptcies from some of these new crypto companies in 2023. And definitely that can also affect the markets as well. And so, as I mentioned, I think there's going to be maybe a major event that shakes the trees one last time, or there's going to be a collective of events that really piles it on. And so, as we can see, there are a lot of different narratives that can be painted that can definitely take down the markets and shake them up pretty good. And as I also mentioned, I can see the market, if I had to make a prediction, and I'm going to stand by it, and I mentioned it in Wednesday's video, if the market is going to bottom out, which I think it is going to bottom out in 2023, because I don't think we've actually seen the bottom of crypto as of yet. I believe the market is going to bottom out somewhere around 400 to 500 billion. Now, I've said this multiple times already. I said this maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 months ago in a previous video when I was talking about the market, where it may bottom out. Now, I'm still sticking with that same number. 4 to 500 billion is where I think the crypto market will bottom. Now, that's just my personal and honest opinion. Of course, I can be wrong. And again, nobody actually really knows. Now, if we look at the crypto market right now, we can see it's currently down on the 24 hour of about 1.4%. We saw a small pump and then things pulled back, which is kind of the norm until we fully bottom out. Now, as you can see, we're right under 900 billion, 894 billion here. And you can see Bitcoin's right under 18K. Ethereum right under 1,300, and then here are pretty much some of the top OG cryptos that are holding up in the space today. So the question I have for all of you, and I know there's going to be people on both sides, which I think is completely fine. Do you think the market has bottomed out? And if you don't think the market has bottomed out, do you think we're going to see the bottom in Q1 of 2023? And then also just the overall question, do you think we're going to see another crash in 2023, rather it's Q1 or sometime in 2023 in general? Let me know down in the comment section. And then also, I appreciate the feedback on the last video where I was talking about doing a weekly hour live stream for the DeFi passive income hour. That is something I'm going to be doing. Now the goal is to potentially do it Saturday, and if I do it Saturday, you will already see it on the YouTube channel, so you'll be able to kind of notify yourself when it comes out. But I will know for sure by Thursday. But again, the DeFi passive income hour episode 1, I am looking forward to doing that with everyone, and hopefully everyone watching this video, you guys tune in if you like DeFi passive income. But shout out to all of you, appreciate the support, and I will catch you guys on the next one.